Good afternoon and welcome back to my messy workbench. Welcome to 2017 and I hope you have a really good year this year. So I'm just gonna do a quick update on the status of my little circuit. As you can see, there's nothing on my workbench, so I'm not working on it because it appears to have been finished and everything seems to be good, which is good. So adding the LM317 regulator solved the issue of it blowing up on 24 volts, which makes sense, and now everything seems to be good. So not much more to say, I guess. It works as expected, as I originally expected the design to work. It's very basic. I mean, I could have done the same thing with a microcontroller, but it's a bit more kind of complicated, and I didn't really see the point. Plus, I'm not that great at programming, so I kind of tend to stay away from microcontrollers. Anyway, I just used a 74HC123, which did the job pretty well. And if that's not good enough, I guess I can always change it later for something else. And here we've got a shot of the circuit hooked up just for testing in the back of the TV. I just taped it onto the side of the frame there and had my logic analyzer hooked up and everything, and it looks pretty terrible and dodgy, but it worked fine for testing out if the thing worked. I couldn't really get any footage of the thing working because there's not really much to show, and it wasn't my TV to take footage of, so all you get is this picture. But I can show you this screenshot of the logic analyzer output for the circuit. The top trace here is the input from the main board of the TV. The middle trace, channel 1, is the output of my circuit, and the bottom trace is just the backlight on and off control signal from the main board. So you can see the original duty cycle is about 99%, or pretty much 100%. I think they've only just got a very small low pulse here just to keep the frequency constant and keep an actual clock signal or whatever going into the inverter, because without that it probably wouldn't be able to do anything. But yeah, I've just taken it down basically to about 80%, and yeah, so the 74HC123 is running as a monostable, and that means every time this the input goes high, so every time it goes a rising edge on this this signal, it will output its own high for a duration specified by the values of the capacitor and resistor that are connected to its terminals on pin, I think, 14 and 15. Yeah, so I can adjust that with the trim pot, and I just set it to about 80 because that was about what we wanted. And it also means that whatever duty cycle is input from the main board, whether it's a high brightness or low brightness or whatever, the output will stay constant at about 80% or whatever I set it to. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, really simple circuit, really basic thing, but it works just fine. As you can see, I'm still using my Sennheiser headset. I still haven't figured out any way to use another microphone at all. This seems to be, like I said, the lowest background hiss for this one. Though it does have a problem with the cable. The cable's got this sort of woven braided insulation stuff on it, which is quite nice and seems to be fairly durable, but unfortunately, well, you probably can't actually tell the you probably can't see the texture on that. I can try and show it, but you probably can't tell. But anyway, this sort of braided woven thing kind of looks like a piece of rope sort of cable. They're quite different to the usual sort of rubber or whatever stuff, but unfortunately it has a lot of noise when it rubs against the side of the headset, or when it rubs against my clothing. You can hear that. I mean, you probably hear sort of background, sort of slight sort of, especially when I go like this. And I don't know if it's going through it's picking it up acoustically through the air, or it's actually traveling up through the headset itself and going through into the microphone. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately, it's kind of a problem that has its own disadvantage. So yeah, I mean, the previous mic didn't have that issue, but you had the hiss problem. And I don't know if the hiss is usually noticeable on the other one. On some speakers, it kind of seems to depend. It was very bad on my cell phone, and very obvious on these headphones, but on like a stereo system on some cheap speakers it wasn't really noticeable. But you know, I kind of don't want to put, I want the audio to be as good as possible. I don't want something that sounds okay on most things, or on half of the things, and then it comes out terrible on the other half, and you know, that's going to wreck the viewing experience if anyone's actually viewing these. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to have to do something about the microphone. I sent an RMA request to the shop, the Rubber Monkey place, about the previous microphone, just saying that I have had issues with the background hiss and it's just too loud and it's not really suitable. And obviously it's been the holidays, Christmas and New Year's and everything, so I haven't heard a reply from them yet, but hopefully something will happen with that, and I don't know, hopefully I can get some other sort of microphone that's going to be a bit more useful, because that other one, the Aperture one, just wasn't that good. Anyway, this seems to be the best at the moment. Just have to put up with the weird background noise, but so long as I don't move my head around too much, it shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, so yeah, on to the next thing. After this, I'm not sure what it'll be. Maybe I'll finish off that torch. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. So yeah, expect a video soon on me finishing that torch off. There we go, there's the LEDs for it, which I've pulled out, and where's the rest of it? There's the new LEDs. Looks like a bag of looks like a bag of cocaine. Crystal meth. I don't know. Yes. Well, that took a strange turn, didn't it? What else we got? The rest of the torch? Yeah, that's a good idea. Is there anything else there? Stack of batteries. Right. That looks... oh yeah, the resistors, of course. Yeah, so I think I'll do that. I'll take a bag of LEDs and we'll get some stuff going. I won't do it in this video, I'll do it in the next one. This will be a separate one, but yeah, that should be up shortly. And hopefully this thing will make sense and it won't blow itself up like it did before. So cool. See you next time.